Good morning, everybody. 14 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, August 26, 2019. Let's take a look at Litecoin. Oh, you can see they tried that scam again. That magical moon pump that never shows up. You just get an inkling of it so you get to buy in, and what do? They rape you. You see this pattern here? Does it look familiar? Well, get ready for it again. This time it's going to be a faster time frame. Alright? You got to stop believing these moon boys, because these moon boys are just full of hopium because they hold large bags of Litecoin. They put a bet. They tell you not to put in as much as you can afford to risk. Well, maybe they put in more than they can afford to risk in Litecoin. So they'll shill it even though the price is just going up really rapidly and then being brought down to a new low. This is the lure put out by the market. This is probably all market maker volume, because we know what's going on here. Now you can see the buy pressure being asserted on it to bring it down, and there it goes. It's all a scam. This market maker is running the biggest scam I have ever seen in NASDAQ history. He has 2 years, right? Now, 2 years he's been running this scam, right? 2 years. So he's on average taking $3 to $4 of every coin that passes through here because of the scam. This pump, you see, from 70 to 75, that's $5. Now he's going to drive it lower today than $70. Okay, we're going lower than 70 today, people. So be prepared. Right? He didn't listen. Okay, I know how this guy operates. It's going below $70 today. If you're not too sure what's going on, you look at this right here. When he did this before. You want to see what's going to happen in the future? You go back to the past. It's that simple. People, the recent past, the tone of the markets in the recent past, and there you go. So look for it to go down, because that's what he's been doing. The market maker, he's doing all of this. If you can't figure it out, I have the formulas that track the market maker. I got them. There, if you want to find it, you're going to have to move your butt a little bit and look into all my videos and start watching some of them. I'm not doing this work for nothing. You can see the 1770, that's down here at 72.46, and his other 1770 is over here at 73.98, right? Now it's 1770, but there's other trades mixed in there. So now you have to get your calculator and do some work, because that's trading. You simply just doesn't buy and goes up to $1 million overnight and you're rich and happy. It doesn't work that way. Especially with these guys would like you to believe that so they could rope you in here to rob you. 73.96. I can tell you right now, it's not going over $74. It's getting ready to dive down to 72. It's going to go down below $70 today. But I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been getting it right every day. It's probably 72.47 was his target price the last time we done this. It was 72.46 to be exact. See it here? He's definitely driving it down. I can tell you that now, because the sell wall is pressuring the price down. This is the buy wall. They're not equidistant. They're not 44 cents. That's just a lie fabricated by Coinbase to cover for their market maker. So we know that. And now you can see here the results of that drive down. You see? He's been driving it down as I'm speaking to you right now. And that's the proof he's driving it down. Little by little. Okay? The difference in these two supposedly equidistant trades is more than 10%. You have a 10% aberration in equidistance, and then you expect it in the two largest trades in the order book, and you expect the price not to go down. I'd like to know what kind of math these people have learned, that these Litecoin shills, what school they went to. Is it a school completely painted in red paint? Or was lead paint the drink of choice of the day in school when you were growing up? You know, they just opened up the can, took a paint spooler, and then put a straw in a can of lead paint and gave it to you and told you it was pudding or something. Okay, now we'll figure out the averages. Look at the price. It's definitely going down. I can tell you that. You can sit here and watch it. We go through this every day, but yet a lot of you dummies call it FUD. They don't understand the difference between FUD and math, and that's a crying shame. 47 developers, better than one developer. Doing your own separate research on your coin. Very important, instead of copy and paste to somebody else's improvements. Charlie Lee abandoned us. Well, don't worry, it usually goes up before it goes down. That's how he drives it down, with momentum. You people who are shilling Litecoin, people, don't believe them. Don't believe them. One of the biggest shillers on there is a contributor to the Litecoin Foundation. Just type it in and go and look, and you'll see his face. That he doesn't even use his own picture. He uses an avatar of himself on his channel, and then you go look, the same avatars on the Litecoin Foundation. I guess he thinks somehow that's going to cover for his ass when the shit hits the fan. The shit hitting the fan is, now I'm going to FINRA today at 10 a.m. I'll be at the FINRA offices. Then next week, I'm back at the New York Department of Financial Services when Mr. Lucas comes back from vacation. This isn't over by a long shot. It took a long time, but the shitball's just starting to roll down the hill. And guess who's at the bottom? Coinbase and their market maker. So you just wait. Unless he moves those walls, the price will gravitate to 73.21 if he doesn't move his walls. I told you this last night. I told you how I made money. I should have sold off last night, but I decided not to because I thought it may get a couple of bucks higher on this pump. But again, I seen this large wall. I said, oh, he's going to probably go up higher when I seen this large candle. I was fooled too. I should have realized he wasn't going to pump it past the last big pump, which was here. See? I didn't lose anything. I'm still in profit. But I want to pull out and acquire more coin. I've been following this. I have no choice to make any money at a Litecoin. You got to follow the market maker, and in this case, it's the land of diminishing returns since 2017. Charlie Lee has sold us out to this market maker. I don't know what else to tell you. The market maker has got full control of the price, and he's trading in his own best interest. The market maker is trading within his platform, or forcing people to trade within his price range. And then he moves his price range and causes the market to collapse, and then he runs in and buys all the cheap coin in the wee hours of the morning. He knows that people bought over here. He knows, right? So he knows you're going to put in a stop loss. So instead of going to the over-the-counter market and paying a higher premium per coin, he dumps it in the early mornings of the hours. He gets all his coin cheap, and he laughs at you, and then he does it again. The volume is not even going above 200,000 if you've been paying attention. You notice something about the volume? It was 80,000, and lucky if it breaks 150,000, the volume. It's all fake. It's all fake. This guy is dumping his bag. I don't care how much cash he has. I'm making sure he's going to prison. And don't worry, buddy. After you spend 10 years in jail, all your money is going to be gone, because why? While you're sitting in jail, the IRS is going to be looking for your money. And when you're sitting there for 10 years, that gives them 10 years to find your money. And they're going to find it. And I'm going to help them find it. I'm good. I'm good at what I do. I got lawyers sourcing me for information. I got departments, state departments, sourcing me for information. And now that I have the information that I want, they want the big fish. I said, well, first you have to feed the little fish. They have to take down this LTC guy first. Then I'll give them the information to take down the BTC market manipulator. That's how it's working. That's how I got it set up. Machiavelli. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. It looks like, if you ask me, it looks like the market maker who's across all boards. You're going to watch something interesting. Now that the heat's on him on LTC, he'll back off LTC, and he'll go into one of these other coins and wreck it. Okay? And I think the next victim is here. It's either XRP or ETH. But in the way this guy goes, it's probably all of them, because it's the signs of a sociopath is that if they want money and they're getting away with it on one coin, he'll just run across and do it to them all. Now you could see the buy pressure being asserted is driving this down. You see? You see how he's driving the price down? You see? He's a thief. So far, we got Coinbase. They're attempting to break the paper trail on that I was reporting this case since 2017. But the idiots don't realize I've been videotaping me sending the cases in, what the cases were about before I sent it out. I recorded the phone calls. There's a reason why I recorded the phone calls and put them on video format and saved them. There's a reason. I told them this is for the record when we go to the, but they think they got everybody figured out, that they do these small little actions. Well, he can't trace us. We wiped out all the case numbers and we won't let him put up a case anymore. And then there's a simple little trick you do on the web page, and I'm able to put the case back in anymore. It's just not showing on my cases anymore. They wiped it out. What do you think they wiped it out? They're trying to break the paper trail. These guys, I don't know how many lawyers they have. They don't think that it's easy to figure out if you haven't been in a situation before and learned through experience. They're totally predictable. Evil people are totally predictable. Any out that you can give them, they're going to take. You bait them, and they take the bait, and they lose. They lose all the time. That's because they think they're smart. Meanwhile, they're just an average, run-of-the-mill, screwed up, nasty, evil people, greedy. And it's so easy to bait them, and they just don't realize it. The arrogance alone is worth a fortune to me, their arrogance. Because they'll do exactly what you can predict an arrogant person to do to make themselves look good. Well, we'll outsmart him. We'll just wipe out all the cases and break the paper trail. How about you, John Wayne? That's what you got. That's what you're dealing with. As soon as you realize that, it's easy to maneuver these people down. It's like a bullfight. The bullshitter, comes at you, and you just hooray, hooray. And then the best part about it is, I know exactly what they're going to do when this goes to trial. Oh, let's go to arbitration. When the judge says no, this is going to, okay, they got enough evidence to go to trial. Oh, let's go to arbitration. The judge is going to look at them. I've been following your last cases on this to use as advice in my final judgment if this goes to trial or not. Why is it every time, this is going to probably come out of the judge's mouth, why is it every time you guys are finally forced to go to trial, all of a sudden you want to give the client the right to arbitration, what they've been asking for 2 years? And then they wonder why. The judge might not say this directly to him. That's what he's thinking. He knows he's resorting to all the past trials, your past record and everything. How do you think the judge passes judgment unless he looks at the activities in the court prior to you showing up in his courtroom? Even the lawyers should know that. We know exactly what you're going to do. We're going to have enough evidence to bring this to trial, and then you're going to try to compel arbitration, and the judge is going to realize you do this every goddamn time you go to trial, and he's going to say no again. You're going to trial. The money laundering trial, that's it. You're done. You're done. You're done. Money laundering, one of the highest capital offenses that you could bring to a financial institution, money laundering. You know what the kind of fine that you get? You bragged you made $2 billion. What, last year was record setting? Yeah, well, you're going to get $1 billion in fines. What, 500 million is nothing. So there goes half of your profits. They might turn around and say 500 billion. You don't know what this judge is going to do to you guys, because you're repeat offenders. Repeat offenders get maximum fines. Then on the top of it all, as soon as that goes through, you're going to get sued by all your clients. So you're going to expect to lose all those profits you bragged about, that $2 billion? After you get sued by every client on there, after they find out that the market maker's been in cahoots with you, fixing the price and stealing from people, you're lucky if you're going to be left with a quarter of what you made on your 2018 debacle, where you dumped the market and you ripped everybody off. And then on top of that, you don't think the IRS is going to come knocking on your door? Yeah, they're coming too. They want their share out of your hide. It's going to be over for you. And then after that, the DOJ is going to show up at your house and put you in cuffs. And then you're going to be doing 10 years. This is how this all turns out. This is how it all turns out. They either have to go or they have to go for broke now. That's what the criminal mind, they have to go to broke. It's either all or nothing. And it always ends up being nothing. They're just too stupid to realize that they haven't learned from the group of majority of people before them that tried these stunts, have ended up in jail. Sure, you're living a lavish lifestyle. You're showing off to all your friends. Maybe you bought yourself a yacht from stolen money. If you want to know what the ultimate end of all this, look at the Cripsy owner, what he did. Where is he? He can't step foot in the United States anymore. He's living in China with his girlfriend. I'm sure they're accepting him over there with open arms after they found out what he did in the United States. So, mostly what I'm telling people out of all of this, these guys are crooks. Go look how many of the executives have jumped ship. You don't think these executives seen they're on the burning ship? It has no guidance. The guy that was in charge after Craig White said they're not funding him, that they're shorting his staff. Two of their investigators also left for other companies. They got really nobody in investigations that has any experience. It's obvious to me they don't have any experience because I investigated that letter that they held the market maker to account and they investigated what he was doing. I just did an investigation in front of you and showed you that his trades aren't equidistant. I just showed you. How long did it take me? But yet they spent considerable amount of time in their statement to the New York Department of Financial Services with more than one person. And I sit here in 15 to 20 minutes with the help from a few other people, Stanwood Spartans, helped me get that, how to figure out the mid-market price where it's going to. Now, it might be, all credit to him, it's probably right, but these two figures changed over here because you could obviously see that because the red bar is retracting, you see? So now we have to figure out, recalculate it again because the market maker's robot adjusted itself. And I'm sorry, he can't get away with blaming this on the bot. He programs the bot. Remember, it's 74.41 and 72.75. Now you see, yeah, he just changed the wall because the other price is 73.96. He brought it up to 74 and change. So now, of course, this changes now because this all has to be recalculated. Now is the best time to show you how this bid market calculation works. It depends on the walls. You won't get it if the wall changes, which means is that the market maker is changing direction of where this price is going now, live before your eyes. Okay, let's go to the top. We're going to recalculate it instead of boring you with this talk of morality. It's nobody. It's 74.67. 74.67 minus 73.71 equals 96 cents. Now we do the bottom one. 73.72 minus. Now we have to go to the bottom. 72.76. Now it's equidistant. You see, he stopped the plunge. So how he's doing this now? He incites the market to go down. Well, he gets the market down to where he wants to go. Then it becomes equidistant, right? Now the price is leveling out, right? And then he'll more than likely want to, if he's planning it right now to bring the price up, he'll either drop his buy wall closer to the mid-market price and move the sell further away, relieving the sell pressure, increasing the buy pressure, and the market will go up. So you're watching how he's right now reverting it. You see? Now it's equidistant to stabilize. Now we can figure out the new mid-market price. It should be close to or equal to this 73.67 now. Now watch this. 74.67 plus 72.76 goes and divided by 2. Close. So that's probably where he's headed. There it goes. That didn't take long, did it, people? Did it take long? Well, 1.5 cents away. Now the reason why we're off 1.5 cents, half a cent away. You see? Now you go and check those walls. They're no longer equidistant. you're going to see the buy wall closer to the sell wall if this price keeps going. Check out going up. We'll check it. He's reversing the market trend. 72.70. We can check it right here. We don't. 76. 72.76. That's still the same. See how it gravitates right to the mid-market price? This isn't using a crystal ball, people. Now we know the other price is 74. This 74.67 and 72.76. Okay, the bottom wall hasn't moved. Let's see the top wall, 74.67. No, it's still the same. So it'll gravitate to 73.71. It'll stay within that range, within the play, and it won't go no higher than 73, 70, maybe 4 cents, 75 cents. This is how I've been trading. This is how I've been making money. I have to abscond the idea of what the market maker is running off of, and I have to follow him. They say you have to follow on the tails of the market manipulator. These guys admit it. They follow it. So this is how I follow him. Now I discovered I might as well use it to my advantage. Nobody seems to care. Even the lawyers of New York Department of Financial. Well, you should be a millionaire if you follow him. Yeah, I could have been a millionaire, but you know, I have this thing in my conscience is, if I follow him, I'm no better than he is. I'm stealing money as well. I'm just getting the part of the loot that he's stealing from everybody else. I just tested it yesterday to see if it works, and it does. And it does. So that's it, people. This market is rigged. If you don't believe it, right? If you don't believe this market is rigged, you have to sit down here with the calculations I showed you. Watch the walls and do the figures, and then see which way the price goes after you calculate it again. Now your bottom one's going to be your top wall, right? And then you could switch it around if you want, if it helps you get it done. And then this wall here is going to be your bottom wall, your buy wall, your sell wall. Sell wall is closer, down we go. Buy wall is closer, up we go. Okay? You do the average of the prices of the walls after you look, right? You get an average price, you see? Then all of a sudden, lo and behold, after you average price it out, look where the price is. 73.71, and it's holding it too. You see how it's holding that price? How it's not changing? It's because the price is anchored there. It's like water. Sure, if you shake the container, the water will come up and go uneven like this. But if you leave it alone, what happens? The water settles to a point, and that's the point. You can see it will go through. The trades are shaking it, causing it to go out of whack. You know, the play in between the shares. But if there's no market activity, it'll go settle to where it is. Now, how am I calculating the price? And it's holding it. How am I doing that? Is this magic to you? Even though it'll go up and down again because the trades are unstabilizing the mid-market price. But when that activity slows down, the price gravitates right back to 70, 73, 71.5. Now you want to check the walls again, 74.37. You see these walls, they changed. I don't know if that's a new trade, so we got to check it. 74.37. 72.76. That's the old one. Yeah, he lowered the bottom wall a little bit. Now let's see the reaction. You see it's dumping off, but he hasn't moved the bottom wall. Hence his bottom wall is still staying at 73.06. Oh, that looks different. Yeah, he moved the walls down. Get ready for the price to go down. It's that easy, people. It's that easy. I know most people don't like to be made a fool of, but here I am giving you the math of showing how he's making a fool of you. Please pay attention, people. You're really putting yourself in a pit when you trade Litecoin on this platform. Okay, this whole market is rigged by the market maker to do one thing: to make your money his. And Coinbase is fully aware of this. I've showed them this. I showed them this. Okay, you're wrong, Mr. Russo. Your calculation's off. Why will they be off? Why? Is it my fault? Did I do my calculations wrong? No. You go in and you check the wall, 73.06. Let's see where the top wall is. Well, that top wall is definitely moved. 74.58. Well, golly gee, look at that. The top wall is moved up and so has the price. Are you catching on here, people? Are you catching on? I told you this yesterday. If he wants the price to go up, he doesn't have to move one wall. He can move two walls. He can move one wall. He can move this wall up, relieving the buy pressure. The price will go up without any moving the bottom wall. Or he could just go down and move the bottom wall up. It'll give him some buy pressure to assert the price up, to move the mid-market price closer to this trade. Then he moves it back. It's a sick little game that he's playing. He thinks people can't understand what he's doing. He's trying. He deliberately makes his manipulation confusing on purpose. But it's not that confusing, because to begin with, he's using a very rudimentary way, and he's only using an extra option or two to kind of hide what he's doing. But it's not that sophisticated to begin with. It's so unsophisticated that smart people would intend to overlook this, because they won't believe that he's using a tool so simple to fool everybody. That's why it's been overlooked. Now, I found these trades in 2017 and told them about it. The only thing I was lacking, whose trades they actually were. And for a whole year, it took me to find out whose trades they were. They were the market makers. And he's been fooling everybody all of this time that it was another trader in there manipulating the market, a whale or something. It was all hidden from you. And then I found out it was the market maker. And then Coinbase went into, how would you call, denial and whitewash the whole incident by issuing a false statement to the New York Department of Financial Services, which they know is false, because I showed them the math. They're sitting there in their own office and they have this up on the live stream, and they're taking out the statements. I observed on this day, blah, 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 blah. They're examiners. They're bank examiners. They're sitting down, not the legal department. They'll hand this over to the bank examiners. Okay, take these formulas and examine this. And their staff in there right now is doing the same thing I'm doing right now, and they're marking it down. And this day I observed blah 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 blah, in contradiction to the statement they issued to us, the New York Department of Financial Services, a government entity. It has been found that the statement that they issued to us is false. And somebody at the New York Department of Financial Services is going to get a promotion. You think they're going to give me credit for this? No, I know they're not going to give credit to me. They're just going to let me. I showed them the way. Now, the only way that I'm going to get something done, though, is that they want also that they want that Bitcoin dumper on June 3rd. Now, I gave them half the stuff, and the only way I'm going to force them to do anything about Litecoin, you take care of me on the Litecoin, then I'll handle when I'm satisfied with the results that the investigation on Litecoin has been fulfilled and these people have been punished. Then I will give you the rest of the BTC case, which totals out to over between $200 million to $400 million. That scam involved. These are large numbers here. This is a large number because this has been run for years. If you calculate 2 years, right, 2017 to 2019, we'll do it by months. The volume on average is 200,000 LTC, right, every day. We're going to do the calculations. I want to show you how much this guy is stolen. You got 200,000, right? We'll say that's the average. I can actually go out, but this is off the top of my head. There's the volume of 200,000, right? You times, go back. Let's got to clear it, right? You times that by 30 days. Okay, there's the volume. This is just on Coinbase. 6 million conservatively. We've seen the volume way past 6 million a month. But if it comes down, I got the videos. I can go back. So you got 6 million a month. So each 6 million, he's making on average what he likes the $2 spread times 2.00. So there goes his monthly take. That's conservative, is 12 million, right? Now you got 2 years. That's 24 months. It started December 2018, all of 2018. We're actually over 2 years. 2017 to 18 is 12 months. I expect this to go on to December. So we're going to do 2 years. That's how much has been absconded. And that's a conservative figure over the past 2 years what the market maker has stolen out of Litecoin. Almost, it's easily, I'm telling you right now, it's easily going to be over $300 million over the past 2 years that these guys have stolen in Litecoin equity by manipulating the market. It's very easy to see. So that's a conservative estimate of how much has been stolen from Litecoin investors over the past 2 years on this one exchange with a conservative volume of 200,000 coin a day. Now, our volume hasn't been much and it's at 150, but we're at the beginning of the day. It's already 146. But this shows you the depth and seriousness of the crime at a conservative view, a very conservative view. So I don't know what else to tell you people. If somebody was going to give you $300 million and you had to just manipulate a market a little bit, in this day and age, most people would. So that's all I got to say. I hope you people learn something from this. I don't want you guys learning a hard lesson, a hard ride financial lesson. I'd rather you guys wake up and just pull your money out of here and find something else to do. Not feed the beast. Over and out.